Y'all been seeing that man on TikTok telling people in the store, if you tell me a scripture, I'll give you some money. And everybody's like, and they can't name not one scripture. Yeah, we're going to stop that. So I'm about to start this new series called Bible Talk because I'm not happy now. You going to know your word. I'm going to help you with some Bible stories. And we going to do this, okay? And for those of you who are like, I don't understand the Bible. Like, I just don't read it because I don't understand. Baby, children's Bible, 101 Bible story times. Pictures, plain, simple, get you one. Start reading. So the Bible story we're going to do today is about Jonah and the whale. If you don't know about Jonah and the whale, this is about to get real interesting. So boom, long story short, there was a man named Jonah, right? Boom, Jonah walking on his business. Jonah was a prophet. If you don't know what a prophet is, we'll talk about that in another TikTok. Okay, so boom, God came to Jonah and God was like, listen, I need you to head to this city called Nineveh, and I need you to warn the people. I'm about to destroy them because they disobeying me. They worshiping other gods. Like, I need them to get it together because I'm about to show them who I am. Jonah like, baby, that don't have nothing to do with me. I'm about to hop on this boat and I'm going in the opposite direction because them disobeying you got nothing to do with me, God. They deserve to be punished. Go destroy their city. I'm finna get on this boat. So he gets on this boat. The boat starts rocking. Waves start getting crazy. It look like it's about to storm. They like, whoa, hold up. What's going on? So Jonah like, oh, God, like, I didn't listen to what God told me to do. Now he causing this storm to happen. So everybody on the boat looking at Jonah like, sir, you gonna get off? Like, what's going on? Because we can't die because you didn't want to listen to God. So Jonah like, just throw me overboard. They pick up Jonah, no problem. Get off the boat. So they throw Jonah overboard. Jonah goes to the bottom of the sea. Baby, to the bottom. So at this point, Jonah's about to die. He's at the bottom of the sea. There's a storm going on. He's like, what in the world? God is like, you should just listen to me the first time, but whatever. I'm about to help you out. So God sends a whale to swallow Jonah. Yes, you heard what I said. He sends a whale to swallow the man. Jonah's sitting inside of the whale for 3 days and 3 nights. How? Don't know. Only God can do something like this. So he's sitting inside of this whale. God's like... So Jonah like, okay, God, like, oh, I'm sorry. He cries out for help. He prays, and then the whale takes him to shore, and God is like, now go do what I said the first time. Go warn my people about what's about to happen to them. So at this point, I know Jonah's running to the city to go warn the people. He goes to the city. He warns the people. The people are like, oh, my God, no, God, please don't destroy our city. So they cry out for help. They fast. They pray. And God is like, you know what? I'll forgive you. I'm not going to destroy your city. You repented. Cool. I'm going to leave your city alone. At this point, Jonah's like, well, God, why did you send me over there if you were just going to forgive them anyway? And he's like, because I'm God and I'm gracious and I'm loving and I'm forgiving and I give chances. And who are you to tell me what to do and what not to do? All you need to do is listen what I tell you to do and you won't get swallowed by another whale. Moral of the story, just listen to God. Y'all asked for it. I'm about to deliver. Yesterday, I started a new series called Bible Talk, and y'all loved it. The video went viral. We talked about Jonah and the whale. If you have not seen that video, go watch it. But today, it's about to be some tea for real. Today's Bible Talk, we're going to talk about the 2 prostitutes. Yes, you heard what I said, not my words. It's what the Bible say, the 2 prostitutes. Here's where you can find the story so you can read it for yourself in the Bible. All right, so boom, let's get the story started. So you got 2 women living in a house. Nobody else lives with them. It's 2 women and their newborn babies. Both of them have newborn babies, right? So it comes to nighttime. You know, when you have a baby, for those who don't have a baby, you be tired, okay? Tired. So both of them fall asleep with their newborn babies. Again, nobody else lives in the house. So one of the women rolled over on top of her baby in the middle of the night and killed her baby. When she realized that her baby was dead, she was like, oh my God, like I just killed my baby. I rolled over on my baby. So she takes her dead baby, puts it under the other woman that's sleeping in the house, and takes the woman's baby and puts it under her. What? At this point, now it's morning time. Both of the women wake up. The woman wakes up and she's like, oh my God, like, what the heck? Like, my baby died? Like, what happened? But then she looks closely and she's like, this is not my baby. Like, I know how my baby looks. This is not my baby. So she's like, you know what? We're about to settle this in front of the king because this is not my baby. So both of them go in front of the king. The king is like, what happened? She like, she got my baby. She gave me her dead baby. She think I'm stupid, but I know my baby look like. This is not my baby. And the other woman's like, don't be mad because you killed your baby. Like, that's not my baby. My baby is well and alive. Girl, no, it ain't. You rolled on top of your baby. So, boom. The king is like, I know how to settle this. Cut the baby in half. What? Cut the baby in half. She gets one half of the baby and she gets one half of the baby. Obviously, the mother whose child was actually alive couldn't watch her baby get cut in half. So she was like, you know what? Just let it go, let it go. She can have my baby. So the king was like, boom, that's the mother of the child. And the other lady was like, no, cut the baby in half, cut the baby in half. The king is like, oh no, baby, you are not the mama, because a real mama would not want to see her baby get cut in half. So the mother whose child was actually alive, she ended up getting her baby back. But moral of the story, be careful who you let in your circle. Be careful who you hang around, because they will make bad decisions and be in dead situations and then try to pass it over to you and make it seem like you're in the dead situation so they don't go far in life. So be careful who you call friend and who you share a room with. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time for Bible talk. We just gonna get straight into it, because this story right here, be prepared. The Bible story we're gonna be doing today is about Samson and Delilah. Hence why I straighten my hair. The ones that get it, get it. The ones that don't, you about to get it right now. So boom, long time ago, there was a woman who could not have any kids, right? An angel of God came and told her, you pregnant. Like, baby, you thought you couldn't have no kids, but you pregnant. So he told her, listen, you're pregnant. You can't drink wine. You can't eat no bad food. You can't do none of that. And when this baby come, do not put a razor to his head. So boom, she gives birth to this son. She names him Samson. Fast forward all the way forward, because I just want to get to the good part. Samson's walking through the city. He sees this Philistine girl. He like, oh, mama, that's my wife. Like, make her my wife. And she's like, baby, that's a Philistine girl. For those of y'all who don't know, you got to go back and read the story. The Philistines and the Israelites, they had beef. Okay, that's all you need to know. So Samson's walking through this, this city, and a lion run up on Samson. So Samson ripped the lion open with his bare hands. So at this point, I know Samson's looking at the lion like, what the heck? How did I do that? I'm not going to tell my parents. So he never told his parents. Fast forward, he went to go marry his girl. The girl married his best man. And I feel like this is where Samson's relationship problems started right here, because of that girl. So Samson like, oh, you want to go marry my best man? I'm about to kill yours. So he went and killed 1,000 of the Philistines. Yeah, Samson a little cuckoo. So fast forward, Samson's walking through another city. He sees another woman. Samson just too weak for the women. So at this point, Samson is kicking and caking it, kiki ha ha. He's just in love with this girl. Her name is Delilah, okay? Little did he know, the Philistines offered Delilah money. And they was like, listen, baby, we gonna give you all the coins. If you tell us his weakness, we want him dead, okay? And she took it, because she never loved my boy Samson. She just wanted the coins. Lord, Samson keep getting his heart broke. So at this point, Delilah's think about the coins. So she makes Samson a meal. She's being nice. They laying in the bed. She like, so Samson, tell me, what make you so strong? Like, what can make you weak? He lied to my girl Delilah, and he was like, oh, if you tie me up with 7 bowstrings, then I become weak. So Delilah ran back to the Philistines. She was like, if you tie him up in some bowstrings, he'll be weak, whatever. Obviously, that was a lie. So she figured out it was a lie. She went back 2 more times. He kept lying to her. Then finally, he gave in, which is so crazy, because I'm like, you see this girl obviously is after you. She keeps running back to the Philistines trying to kill you, and then you tell her your weakness? Was she that good? So he gives in. He finally tells her, listen, if I cut off all my hair, then I'll become weak. So obviously, you know what Delilah did. She cut off his hair that night. The Philistines got him. They tied him up. He started crying out to God, Lord, please give me one last strength. He broke out. He killed the most Philistines he's ever killed. But then, he died himself because the towers fell on top of him. Anyways, guard your heart. Be careful who you tell your weakness to. And have a good judge of character. Jesus Christ, pray for some discernment. Y'all don't want me to stop? So here we go with another one. If y'all don't know by now, y'all already know what time it is. Bible talk. All right, so this story right here is about to take us through an emotional roller coaster. So just sit back, be prepared. So the story time we're going to do today is about Hannah. For those of y'all who don't know Hannah, you about to learn today. Okay, so boom. Hannah was married to this man named Elkanah. Hannah was not the only wife to this man, okay? It was Hannah and Peninnah. We're going to learn about Peninnah real quick. So Hannah could not have kids, right? Hannah had fertility issues and she wanted kids so bad. And Peninnah, she had all the kids, right? So she used to provoke Hannah all the time, make fun of her, be mean to her, just be nasty and rude. Basically like, you don't got no kids. I got all the kids. Ha ha, look at me. So Hannah was like really depressed. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't drink. She was just sad. She was grieved. At this point, Hannah's like, I can't take this no more. So Hannah goes to the temple. She goes before God and she is bawling, y'all. I mean, she is heartbroken. She's crying her eyes out. She's just in grief. She's just like, God. So Hannah makes this promise to God. She was like, God, you know what? If you give me a son, if you let me have a baby, then I will give him back to you and I will let him serve you all the days of his life. So as Hannah's going through this thing with God, there's a priest in the temple named Eli. Eli looks at her and he was like, baby, are you drunk? Like, get up, like, stop drinking. Like, how much have you had to drink? And I'm like, dang, like, Hannah must have been crying real hard for him to think she was drunk. So Hannah looking at him like, no, baby, I'm not drunk. Like, I haven't even had nothing to drink. Like, I'm crying, I'm sad, I want a baby. So you know what, he puts his blessing over her, he puts his favor over her, and he was like, you know what, go, and after this you'll get pregnant. And she did, and she had a son and named him Samuel. And after Samuel was born, she did in fact put him back in the temple and present him back to God. So here's a few lessons that we can learn from Hannah. Number one, Peninnah was literally provoking Hannah, and Hannah was just soft. She walked soft. She never got angry. She never got aggressive. So let your enemies talk. God will deal with your enemies. Let them do what they do. Don't even pay them no mind. Second, Hannah was so faithful. Even though she didn't see it in front of her, even though she really thought that she could never get pregnant, she knew who God was, and she kept her faith. She kept going back to God. She kept crying out to God, and she believed and she trusted in God. And Hannah kept her word. Most of the time, God is not blessing his people today because people don't know how to keep their word. Oh, God, bless me with money. Bless me with the job. Bless me with the business. And then when you get these things, you forget about God. You forget about who he is. You forget that he's the one that provided you with the blessing. Hannah didn't forget, baby. She was like, God bless me with this son. And guess what? When he's old enough, she put him right back in the temple. Moral of the story, whatever you're going through, keep on pressing, keep on pushing, keep on believing, keep on praying, keep on calling out to God, keep on trusting God. Don't even worry about your enemies, and God is going to do it for you. And make sure that you don't forget about God when he does bless you. Y'all sure y'all ready for another one? Because I really don't think that y'all ready for another one. Well, let's just get straight into it. It's time for Bible talk. So boom, the story time we're doing today is about Abraham and Sarah. Disclaimer, I always advise you guys to go back in the Bible and read it for yourselves, because in my videos, it's only 3 minutes. I sum up the major parts and I do the Bible talk. So boom, Abraham and Sarah. Sarah did not have any children. Sarah was really, really old. Abraham was really, really old. They just two old people, okay? God came to Abraham. He's like, listen, I'm about to make you a father of many nations. You're going to be blessed. There's going to be an inheritance for your descendants. Abraham like, wait a minute, I don't have no kids. So he's like, God, if you're gonna bless me with all this stuff, like I want to be able to pass it down to my children. Like, how are you gonna make that happen? So here comes Sarah. She's like, I'm old, I can't have any kids, but I have this maid, her name is Hagar. Just Abraham, sleep with her and you can have a son through her. Girl, what? You're gonna let your man sleep with another woman just so he can have a son? I'm sorry, but not me. So, you know, at the end of the day, Abraham's still a man. I don't think he's gonna turn down a woman. So Abraham sleeps with the maid. Her name is Hagar. She gets pregnant. Hagar started looking down on Sarah like, like, I'm pregnant, you not. Like, baby, hold on, don't start feeling yourself. So at this point, now Sarah's mad. So now she started abusing the maid and start being mean to her and start like just being abusive. And it's like, you can't be abusive. You told your man to sleep with her. How you gonna be mad that she pregnant? So Hagar runs away because she's like, I'm not gonna take this abuse no more. An angel of God meets Hagar. He's like, listen, go back. Everything's gonna be fine. Just go back. So fast forward, God goes to Abraham and he's like, look, I'm still going to allow your wife, Sarah, to get pregnant. By this time, Abraham's 99 years old and Sarah's 90. Like, how was she going to have a baby at 90 years old? But you know, the Bible says that God is a man that shall not lie. So Abraham stood on the word and he believed in God and he trusted him. So God did exactly what he said he was going to do. He allowed Sarah to get pregnant and have this baby. Now let's rewind. Hagar, the maid, she already had her son at this point. His name was Ishmael. Sarah had her son and his name was Isaac, right? So at this point, Sarah still wants Hagar, the maid, and the son dead because she was like, I don't want them to have no part of our inheritance. And so Abraham takes them away and they leave them left to die, but they didn't die. God came and they saved them. That's a whole nother story. Speed up the story, is about to get crazy. So God went to Abraham. He was like, listen, I need you to kill your son Isaac. He was like, wait, what? Yep, Isaac needs to be a sacrifice. So Abraham did it without question because he was like, God, I don't know what this means, but I'm going to trust you. So he went and took Isaac on a mountain. Isaac's looking like, who's going to be the sacrifice? Little did he know he was about to be the sacrifice. Just when Abraham was about to kill his son, God was like, no, don't lay a hand on him. Do not kill him. That was just a test and you passed. So moral of the story, trust in God's word. Hold on to his word. It took Sarah 40 years to get pregnant. But guess what? It don't matter how long it took. It still happened. God said it and that settles it. Also, be obedient. Listen to God no matter what he says. If he says quit your job, quit your job. If he says give up all your money, give up all your money. Whatever it is, because God will make a way for you and he will provide for you. God be testing you. Just pass the test and be obedient.
Are you sure you ready for another one? Because I don't think nobody's ready for this one. At this point, y'all should already know what time it is. It's Bible Talk. So boom, today's Bible Talk, we're going to be talking about the prophet Elijah. If y'all don't know who Elijah is, it's about to get real spicy. So boom, there was this king named King Ahab. He just became king of Israel. When I say this king was evil, I mean he was evil. This man went out his way to be evil. First of all, let's talk about the fact that this man was married to Jezebel. If y'all don't know who Jezebel is, that's a whole nother Bible talk. So King Ahab, being the evil man that he is, he was telling the people to worship this god of Baal, which was a false god. He made an altar for this god. He furnished the altar. I mean, like, these people are just worshiping these fake, falsified gods. And this is where Elijah stepped on the scene. Mind you, just to let y'all know, Elijah was the only prophet left to Israel. The only prophet. There was 450 prophets of Baal, of the falsified god. Elijah was the only true holy prophet left. So Elijah pull up on King Ahab like, look, this place is about to go in a drought. Y'all ain't about to have rain for 3 years. When I say no rain, I mean not a drop of rain, not dew, not nothing. It's gonna be dry. Y'all gonna be in a drought. And because Elijah's a true prophet of God, he's like, there's not going to be no rain until I command the rain to come, there's going to be no rain. Now, for those of y'all who are a little bit confused, like, okay, no rain. You need rain for the crops. You need rain for the harvest to grow. You need rain for the land, for the stock, for everything. So, baby, if it's dry and nothing growing, how you going to eat? How you going to drink water? How? So after Elijah delivered this message, God was like, Elijah, like, pack your stuff, go, like, get up out of there now, fast, hurry, run, now. So Elijah runs off, and at this point, Elijah's now thinking, like, wait a minute, God, if you're going to put this whole place in a drought, and I'm living here too, that means I'm going to be in a drought? Why don't you make me say that? So God told Elijah, like, dude, don't worry, I got you. I will make the ravens feed you. While everybody else is in a drought, I have the ravens bringing you food. And he did. God had the ravens bringing Elijah food. So fast forward, time went by. And at this point, like, they're really in a drought now. Like, the ravens are starting to bring less and less food to Elijah. Elijah's like, God, what am I doing now? He's like, I want you to go to another city. There's a widow that's going to provide you food. So fast forward, I'm going to sum this part of the story up because this is a whole nother Bible talk. But Elijah goes to the woman's house and he's like, hey, can you give me a drink of water? She's like, yeah, sure. And he was like, hey, can I get something to eat too? And she's like, baby, we in a drought. Like, I'm about to make my last meal for me and my son. And after this meal, we're going to die. Elijah was like, baby, you don't know who I am. You don't know who you messing with. Make me something to eat first. And then when you go back in your house, you'll see that your jar will never run empty. So she listened to the prophet Elijah. She made him a meal. And then she went back in the house and her jars were overflowing with flour and oil. They were just empty. But now after she fed him, they were overflowing. What? So fast forward, 3 years went by and God was like, 3 years are done. It's time for you to pull up right back on King Ahab. So Elijah pulled up on King Ahab and y'all gonna be mad at me coming for part 2? All right, y'all, it's time for part 2 of the prophet Elijah story. If you have not seen part 1, please go back and watch part 1 so you can watch part 2. Prophet Elijah pulls up. He's like, this is my time to talk to King Ahab. Before he talks to King Ahab, he meets somebody named Obadiah at the gate, right? Obadiah's like, no, there's no way that Elijah is here. Elijah's like, Obadiah, I need you to go tell your King Ahab that I'm outside. Tell him that I'm here. Obadiah's like, baby, no. Obadiah's like, Elijah, do you not understand these people have been looking for you for years? I mean, looking for you. They want you dead. They want to kill you. Do you know? You're not going to play me. If I go and tell my king that you're here and I turn around and you run off, they're not going to kill me. I'm not going to die for you. Mind you, they already didn't like Obadiah because Obadiah loved God's people and he loved God. And that's a whole nother story time of what Obadiah did. But anyway, Obadiah was like, okay, I'm going to go tell the king that you're here. Lord, please, I hope I don't die. So Obadiah went, he told King Ahab. King Ahab comes outside. He like, oh, Elijah, like, look at you. You want to pull up on me? Like, oh, like, what's up? Why you been hiding for all these years? So Elijah's like, look, I'm sick of this. Bring out all your 450 prophets that be worshiping and praising this God named Baal and meet me at Mount Carmel. Like, meet me at the mountain. So Elijah's like, you know what, y'all? We're going to settle this. I'm going to show y'all that my God is real. Like, let's settle this right now. So he was like, I want everybody to bring some firewood and bring an ox, and I want you to put the ox on the firewood. He was like, y'all pray to y'all God of Baal and tell him to light the fire. I want him to light the fire where the sacrifice is, right? He was like, I'm going to get my firewood and I'm going to get my ox and I ain't going to light it. I'm going to pray to my God. So here you got all these people calling on this God of Baal, like, please light the fire, please hear us, listen to us. Elijah was laughing at them. He's mocking them. He's like, what happened? Is your God on vacation? Like, he can't hear y'all? Like, where he at? The wind, there's no breeze, there's nothing happening. I don't even hear a whisper from your God. Like, what y'all doing? So these people getting mad. They're like, God of Baal, like, where you at? They start stomping on the firewood. They start cutting themselves. At this point, they cut themselves so much they were covered in blood. And Elijah was like, you know what? I cannot take this no more. Can y'all stop the foolery? Let me go. Let me call on my. So Elijah, like, to make this even more interesting, I want you to grab some water and I want you to pour it on the firewood. Y'all know what happens when wood is wet. It's not gonna light. He's like, they're like, are you sure? Like, Elijah, you want us to wet the? He's like, wet, drench the firewood in water. They drenched it. He's like, do it again, do it again, do it again. They did it about 3 times, and Elijah is like, all right, it's my time to shine. So, of course, Elijah prays, and he's like, God, show these people who you are. Show them that you're God. And boom, it lit on fire. And these people were like, yo! And Elijah's like, I've been trying to tell y'all this. So anyways, moral of the story, a few lessons that we can learn from Elijah. Even when there was a drought going on, God provided for Elijah because he was his servant. He was faithful and he knew who Elijah was. And he was like, you know what? Even though there's a drought going on around you, I will provide for you. Second, y'all better worship and praise the true one and only holy God, okay?